the last day of November as we speak, and there is more going on right now than I am even able to catalog. I mean, I'm not even able to catalog this in terms of everything that's happening. And it doesn't involve singing YMCA. That's the good part. That's over there. Go sing. Go sing, folks. Let the adults talk. Go ahead, sing it, sing the YMCA. Go do that. That's good. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. That's good. That's good. Now that the kids have left the room, do you have any idea what's happening right now? Any idea? Do you know what we're in store for? Do you know what you're in store for? Do you know what the battles are? Do you know what we have to do to get ready to go? The Sturm und Drang of what's happening? Well, let me tell you right now, my friends, and it's going to be something that's going to blow your mind. We are headed for a cataclysm, an event so big. It takes time for me to even diagram it. It's bigger than anything even President Trump ever imagined. It was never thought of, called out. I mean, nobody saw this coming. I didn't. You didn't. I know you didn't. Nobody did. We are in the middle of a change so drastic at so many levels. I can't even put it into perspective. Can't put it into perspective. And it's so beautiful and so beauteous because everything you thought before that you knew about the world, no, it's over. It is over right now. My friends, let me say something right off the bat. First, let me thank you for being here. Let me remind you, ask you to make sure that you are indeed, I ask you that you are indeed subscribed. 87% of those individuals who watch us are not subscribed. And it's something that I emphasize. It's the thing that is our lifeblood. Subscriptions, but also likes. Likes put us into a different algorithm. So I thank you for that. Let me remind you that tonight is the last day of November, and the Black Friday sale is still going on. My friends, this is push time. This is serious business. Now is the time to go to preparewithlionel.com and start building your survival camp, your larder. So wonderful, your pantry, your preparation center. It's not very simple to do, but you have to go to the very best. This is My Patriot Supplies. This is all they do. It's not a lark. It's not something they do like, oh, here's a little MRE for you. You want that? They've got that. But this is food, water, energy, gold, and ammo. You got to take care of that yourself. Okay? So preparewithlionel.com. Right now, they've got Black Friday deals. And if that doesn't entice you, other than the notion of emergency food, I don't know why that needs to be enticed, but if it does, consider yourself enticed. Now, let's get back to square one. Let's go to square one, by the way. Chris Cox says, one could theoretically theorize game over 2016, and now we're seeing the accelerated demolition of all institutions and decades-long norms. A little general, yes, indeed. Let me see if I can take it a little differently in this. Okay? And we'll see if we can do this. First, I want you to imagine we're sitting on a table, like at a bar. We're at McSorley's or something, and I've got shot glasses. And every time I bring up something, something new, I put a shot glass on the table to give you an idea of the multiplicity. Okay. First, President Trump won and they lost. Let me just say this again. President Trump won and Kamala lost. If it were other than Kamala, let's say it was Gavin Newsom, I think he would have won also, but you wouldn't have seen the numbers like this. You would not have seen it, because what you saw was a catastrophe. It was an implosion, like a controlled demolition. Sound familiar? Like nothing I have ever seen. I'm still trying to figure out what has happened. All right. So first shot glass, boom. A combination of President Trump winning and Kamala losing. Do you have that? Are you digging this? Are you digging this? Are you understanding how this works? Good. Good. Mark Barnes, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Mark Barnes. God bless you, Marky. Now, number two. I'm going to be meeting with you. They're in the other room singing YMCA. Let them go. Let them go. Let them have fun. Let them go to Mar-a-Lago and take selfies with whoever. Not into that. I want to win. I want to have the high council, the commission. I want to be the Lucky Luciano of this group. I want to be the group, the people that control the destiny and the direction of this country. I don't want to be just Democrats or Republicans. I don't care. I don't understand parties. Parties are not my thing. That's not my thing. I don't know about these folks. I don't know about Republicans. I don't know Republicans from a hole in the wall. But I want to understand that I want to do one of two things. Remember, as I told you, did President Trump win or did she lose, or is it a combination of both? Right now, they are sending messages out. James Carville has been tapped. Democrats at the highest levels do not say things just to say them. They have to get the approval of the entire organization. Democrats do not let Democrats go out and just say a bunch of stuff. You hear what I'm saying? They make sure that they get the okay to do it. Okay? It's very important. So when you hear James Carville, Axelrod, one of those folks speak, you know and I know it's dead serious. We're not kidding around. This means that the higher ups, the elders, have approved this. Does this make any sense to you? Listen to what we're talking about here. The elders have spoken. The elders have given it the okay. The elders have said, okay, you speak for all of us. Very good. Now, why is that important? They are furious at levels that are hard to explain. They're eating their own. They're cannibalizing their own. They're going after their own. Do you hear what I'm saying? They are going after themselves. They're going to vet and thrash and winnow and get rid of these people who for the longest times have been dead weight. They're going, it's called, think of it as hormesis, autophagy. the same thing that happens when you go through fasting. You're trying to reset, to hit the thermostat, the reset of the Democratic Party. Understand what's happening. You've got to pay attention to what's happening. They're the enemy. They're the enemy. Think about it this way. Think about yourself as being you're an odds maker in Vegas, and you're the odds maker trying to figure out the odds of the team. Look at the team. Look at the morale. Look at the injuries. How are they doing? What are they doing? What are they thinking? What's happening in these people? So right now, as we speak, you've got a couple of people who are coming forward and they are signaling. Why are they signaling? They're signaling to the big donors, the money people. Do you see this Morgan and Morgan? You know, John Morgan from Morgan and Morgan. Don't kid yourself. He's not on News Nation just so that he wants to impart upon you his wisdom. He's got something. Either he's going to run or he's assuming his position in the Democratic Party. He's out of Tampa. He's one of the original ones for the people. He got his, I remember when he was one of the first big advertisers in the country. And he now is one of these he wants to be a player. So he goes on TV. He's a good guy. And he gives you one no shit observation after another. Why? Because the big money people are pissed off. How did that happen? Who is responsible? Who's out? Obama's out. Michelle out. That's the old team. You've got new people coming in. And if somebody, I am not in any way connected to the Republican Party, but I couldn't work for the Democrats because these people are just evil. But if I did, and listen to me carefully, what I would do is I would do exactly what's going on now. I would say, bring out your big dogs and tell the people that you're going to make a big change. Listen to what Carville said about ordering an audit of the Kamala campaign.
The policy number one is we're going to audit everything.
Hang on one second. Just one second. This is good. Linda Hazlitt says Carville sounded insane. Okay. I'm glad you brought this up. Listen to him and tell me if he sounds insane to you, because he doesn't. He sounds anything but. Listen to him.
The policy number one is we're going to audit everything. We're going to audit the campaign. We're going to audit Future Forward. We're going to audit the DNC. So people can know. But I'm telling you, without complete transparency, the campaign, we think, raised $1.5 billion. Okay? We know that Future Forward, the last we saw was $900 million, so we can assume that they got to $1 billion before election. That's $2.5 freaking billion. Do you have any idea where that money went? Does anybody have any idea where that money went? I mean, I have some places I started looking. All right. And it's all, Albert, I promise you this. The amount of money and the amount of lobbyists that were involved in this campaign is staggering.
Okay. Let me go back here quickly. First and foremost, that's that fella from Washington. You know who he is. The guy used to be with the Washington Post or whatever. Anyway, Priscilla Rivasi Perez says that Trump just announced Kash Patel, director of the FBI. I'm looking right now. Do we have anything on Kash Patel? Just a second. Where do I go to X? And it says here, Donald Trump has named Kash Patel as the next FBI director. Excellent. Ian Miles Chong, good man, says that. Everybody's saying it. Thank you, by the way, Missy. Thank you, Priscilla Rivas Perez. Edith. Thank you for that. A good move? Absolutely. Is it going to change things? Is it going to fix things? Is it going to make things better? Yes, absolutely. Good. Now, did you think James Carville sounded crazy there? Anybody? Absolutely not. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. They're basically telling everybody there's a new sheriff in town, and the old guard, meaning you, Barack Obama, this is the end of Obama. This is the end. This is the death knell. You know who couldn't be happier? Hillary Clinton. Pay attention to this. This is what's going. This is so great. Now, remember something. Somebody has to write the script and the narrative, and it begins now. Don't give me this bullshit about January 20th. I don't care about January 20th. It happens right now. Happens right this moment, right now. Trump is in. We don't have a president. We don't have a Biden. We don't have anybody. They're gone. They are through. Now you've got to do a favor. When your enemy is down and they are hurt, you kill them figuratively. You go for the coup de grace. You understand that? This is the thing which is the most important. The coup de grace, not the coup de grace, the coup de grace. This is the final blow. This is it. This is the thing to dispatch them. A stroke of grace. This is where you go in for the kill. You don't let your enemy survive this. This is what Trump doesn't have, this sense of ruthlessness. This is not personal. This is not where we got our feelings hurt or anything like that. This is serious business. They've got to go in and they've got to start doing everything to mess with the Democrats. Start telling them, look what you're doing. Look how they're tell the Democrats. And you ready for this? Come on to our side. You think I'm kidding? Not everybody's going to come over, but a lot of people say, I like your side. Got a lot of black folks, got a lot of white folks, got a lot of gays and women and Amish, and that's exactly what you need. Linda Haslet says, sorry, different video. Oops, he spoke about tampons. No, but you're right about that. He's right about this. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. And listen, everybody close your eyes. Everybody who wants to hear lollipops and sunshine, do me a favor. Get out of the room now. All right? Uncle Lenny's going to tell you something. You got this? He's going to tell you something right now because you're not going to like this. Go listen to YMCA. Okay? Good. Are they out of the room? Good. Because they're a bunch of babies. Why in the hell aren't we having pictures at Mar-a-Lago with Amish? With the beard, and I don't know how they get there, if they can fly in a plane. Do you bring the buggies? I don't give a damn. I want to see Amish. I want Amish. Where's Scott Pressler? Where's J.D. Vance? Who gives a rat's ass about Trudeau and Zuckerberg? Kiss Trump's ass and get out. Not the ring. Come by, bend over, right here. Right here. Now get out. Where are the Amish? I want photo ops. I want all of the people. Enough with these. I got it. It's looking like the cool club. Remember all those black folks inside those barbershops? Where are they? Don't forget them. Don't forget them. Don't fall into this West Palm. Hey, we won. We got it. I'm going to be like, oh, no. It just started. Get half of those people, they're dead weight. We'll get dead weight. Tell Alina Habba, get the hell out of here. We're going to take your seat, and we're going to put an Amish family, some guy with a beard, so I can get a photo op here. Now, God damn it, I'm not going to have to tell everybody how to do this. But this is looking too white and too ritzy and too phony and too usual suspects. I know he's the president. I got it. But I want regular folk there. I want kids and families, and I want them to absolutely go nuts with this stuff. That's what I want. More than anything. Got to understand something. You got to understand something. This is how we fight. This is how we fight. We fight hard. We don't ever let up. We don't let up. Lori Reinhardt says, the DC rats are scurrying in panic. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And George says, the left now has a generational problem. Good luck. Absolutely. You're right about that. The DC are going nuts. They're going crazy. Stir it up. Another thing, too, President Trump, you're not going to DC. Why? I don't trust you bastards. You tried to kill me. And remember one thing. Those people that Trump has to deal with, those rat bastards he's got to deal with, half of those people would be jumping and dancing on his grave if ever anything happened to him. They're not your friends, and he knows that. You also have to think a lot about his mental health. Let me explain something to you. When it hits you, when something hits you, you've been through this, haven't you? Haven't you been through periods of stress in your life? When you walked away from death or something and you realize, holy shit, I almost got killed. And it hits you later. Or you've been through this incredible stress and you've been strong for your family and strong for this. And then you finally sit down and it hits you. I don't care who you are. If it doesn't hit you, you're crazy and you're not well. The president has been through ungodly stress. They tried to kill him. Do you know the dreams he must have had? The PTSD he must have? He can't tell you this. And if he doesn't have that, he's not human. And I'm even more afraid. That means he doesn't understand what happened. See, PTSD is somebody who really understands what happened. PTSD is it's a higher order appreciation of reality. It's a higher order sense of appreciation for this. It's the psychology that we have to think about. And I don't know who he's going to talk to. We want to see him always tough. This is a guy who's been through. Well, it started in 2015. Think about this, 9 years of this crap. He's been through this. He has lost billions of dollars. Billions. He's not going to get that money back. No. I mean, he's not hurting. He's not going to get that money back. Legal fees and this and that and divesting, and he doesn't get us. I mean, it's just. And as soon as he gets done with one, we go to another. He's got that rat bastard, that Jack Smith, and then he's got Fannie Willis, and she's going to be through. And then there's that douchebag Alvin Bragg, and then there's that other douchebag Tish James with that douchebag. I mean, he is a wash in le bags de douche. And he goes from one to another, and he's got this lawyer and that lawyer and this. Then he had Jean Carroll, and he go back and forth there, and then he flies over here, and then he's got to get the mugshot here, and he's not a convicted felon. And little by little, this is all falling apart. But there's got to be a time when it hits him. How does he handle this? He doesn't drink, which is good. He doesn't. How does he handle this? What does he do? Only a fool would not realize and recognize the horror that is involved in this. While we're on this subject, and you listen to me and listen good, keep an eye on Bobby Kennedy. Keep an eye on Bobby Kennedy. He's got that picture with him he's in the shower with his wife. Listen. Bruh, literally. Oh, I got a good one for you about that. I hope this guy is okay because we really need him. But he's scaring me. Are they still outside singing YMCA? Good. Let them stay out there. Listen to what I'm saying. Keep in mind what's going on here. This guy has been through a lot, and I know he's good, and I know he's the best choice. Kash Patel, I couldn't be happier. So smart, so good. We need, to just shake this thing up. And I don't want somebody who rises through the ranks. Bullshit. I don't want that. I don't want somebody who's been through this. I want somebody who says, I'm going to mix this up. Don't look at me. Take a look to your left, look to your right. Half of the top position, you're not going to be here anymore. I don't need you for this. Front lead team, the front line, I should say, special agents and whatever. Oh, absolutely. Doing a great job. Bank robberies and, federal fisheries and stuff. They're federal cops. They do a wonderful job. They're like most people. Let them do their job. Let them do their job. Just like New York City cops. Let them do their job. They're great at this. So it's wonderful. Now, let me remind you something very important before I forget, which is critical, my friends. I want to say this again. Don't ever forget our friend Mike Lindell, mypillow.com. Christmas starts tomorrow. It's going to be December. Can you believe this? I do this all the time. Can you believe it's Friday? Can you believe it's Tuesday? Can you believe it's January? Can you believe it's Monday? I just my whole life is, can you believe it's... Mike Lindell has been a trooper. I don't know where he is. I don't know if they're on the outs or whatever. What this man has been through, oh my God. He's been through. Rudy's been through. Don't forget General Flynn. Don't forget the people that came with you. And crazy old, what the hell is her name? The Kraken. What the hell is her name? Even she tried her best. You know what? Screw these people. Bring them forward. Bring them, except for Jenna Ellis. Not her. Everybody else, bring them on. Bring on the Kraken. Drive people crazy. Look at this. Anna says, I just bought 2 pillows. There you go, Anna. Thank you for that. Isn't that something? What is her name? Sidney Powell. Thank you so much. Bring on the Kraken. Bring her out there. Bring the people who've been with you. Where's Carter Page? Carter Page was the first person, the very first person. Remember, was Symbolopoulos or Papadopoulos? Remember him? Remember all of the people at first. Scaramucci, he can rot on a vine for all I care. Okay, now listen to me carefully. This is critical. This is a woman, a harridan, in 2008.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes. And you have to try to learn English.
Learn English? We're not... Half of the people who were born here couldn't pass the test. Who's this?
And you have to wait in line.
Can you believe the que cojones of this woman? Unbelievable. See what's happening? And this is why Trump's got to do this. I've got to be in charge. I've got to say, Mr. President, can I have 5 minutes of your time? Yeah. Go in Mar-a-Lago. Go to your little studio there. We got a little thing for you. And there's a nice little technique. Here's the camera. And but somebody will sit over to your left and you're going to be talking to them. It'll make you answer the question. Don't read it. Trump's not a good reader. Let him speak. Well, he's a good reader, but let him speak. And remind people what's happening. Remind people. Ambassador to France, Charles Kushner. Interesting. That's driving people crazy. Driving people crazy. Good. That's Jared's old man. Good. What do I care? What do I care? Well, he did whatever. I don't give a shit. What about Hunter Biden? We worry about Hunter, and then I worry about Kushner's old man. Fair enough? Fair enough? Okay. But the president's got to immediately say, this is what these people are about. These are hypocrites. This is an invitation to our brothers and sisters, fellow Americans. It's like the Civil War in the Democratic Party. Come join us. Come join us. I only have you and your family and your safety and your economic freedom and your success at heart. Women, you tell me, just tell me at any point, at any time, how I have affected your freedom. Tell me. And just explain to me. Explain. Don't listen to other people. Tell me how I've done this. Now is the time. They will go crazy. And you know what? Somebody's going to say, let me ask you, me Democrats, what have they done for you? What have they done for you? Huh? Tell me. What have they done for you? Tell me how you jumped up and down, you and mom and dad, sat around and said, hey, good news, puberty blockers. We're going to have genital mutilation suites at hospitals. Hey, this is great. Please. What do they think? This isn't your party. They've abandoned you. Now, let me tell you something. We've got this nutcase named Kathy Hochul. She's the governor of New York. This jadrul is the worst. Remember Eric Adams, who loves Trump so much because he's itching for a pardon. Kathy Hochul, who wants to start and will start congestion pricing. We have these tag readers. They're dragging them out. I think below 60th Street or some bullshit like that. Listen to this. Listen to what she's saying now. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
The system is woefully broken. It's
What?
been broken for decades.
Wait, what?
There was an opportunity to make meaningful change that the Republicans in the House of Representatives killed.
What are you? Wait. Who is this? This is Kathy Hochul? Wait a minute. What?
And they should be held accountable for that. But we need to fix the border, fix the system.
Whoa,
But I'll
what?
tell you this. Those who come here legally, we want to get them jobs. I have 460,000 open jobs in the state of New York. I want them to get the proper work permits. I want them to keep their temporary protective status, if that's what they have.
I want to give Americans job first. Excuse me. See, this is the way a Republican, and I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Republican. I don't know how to tell you people this. I'm not a Republican. I don't even know what parties are. I think they're stupid. These are stupid parties. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure Americans get those jobs. And if Americans don't want them, then we'll give them to Pedro or whoever it is, or wherever they're from and their family. But first things first, Americans first. You almost had it, Kathy.
I want to make sure that they're part of contributing to society while they're here. That's separate from people who are criminals.
Oh, now they're making a decision. Do you know what's happening? You got Carville going here. We're digging up old Hillary stuff. You know what they're doing? They realize they've lost and they're abandoning their whatever this ethic was.
Someone breaks the law, I'll be the first one to call up ICE and say, get them out of here.
Holy shit. Are you listening? Oh my God. You know what the governor of Illinois is saying and the mayor of Denver, they're saying, wait, what? What they want to do? What? No. You excuse me. You changed the script. Oh no, we didn't.
So there is a difference in categories of individuals. And so I just had a meeting this morning with my team that's been studying all the scenarios that could play out over the next few months. What we need to do to prepare. We'll be announcing more about that. And also making sure that our final requests to the Biden administration are secure. And so that's something else I'll do a report on what we've achieved in the next couple of weeks.
So just to be clear, are you supportive or not supportive of deporting undocumented
Listen to this.
immigrants whose only crime is either crossing the border or overstaying?
If they're here with legal papers, like they came and they're seeking asylum, like the 224,000 people who came to New York, they're here legally in search of asylum.
They didn't come here searching for asylum. See, this is where she's squirrely. She's square. You got to return the question and say, what do you mean? How do I tell if somebody's in asylum? Did you see these people? There is a way for you to seek asylum. And by the way, not everybody's entitled to asylum. You don't just sit there and say, yeah, I'm coming from poverty. Can I get a job? That's not asylum. Years ago, there were a bunch of women who wanted to come to this country who were fleeing genital mutilation. If they call it a female circumcision, which it's not, but they call it genital mutilation, and they consider that not to be asylum worthy. Notice how she's hedging now?
And that process will play out.
Well,
If there are other people who commit crimes or are known to be criminals before they arrived here, when those are identified,
no, we
I'll
don't.
be the first one to help get rid of them. I
No.
don't want them here.
We don't
I
know who
don't
these
want
people
anybody
are.
terrorizing my citizens.
Who are
So
you?
that's the
I'm
difference.
Jose Jimenez. Are you a criminal? No, no criminal. No way, Jose. No. That's horseshit. Pilgrim Media says, what did the Windsors know and when did they know it? The Windsors? The Windsors. What did the Windsors have to do with this? It's a good question. I like that. Now, thank you. Listen to my question. First, I'm the governor. All right? I'm the governor. Number one, you do not have a right to be here. You understand this? George says, never trust these people with matches ever again. Okay? I don't know what that means. Anyway, thank you. Now listen to me. Listen to me. I am not going to in any way perpetuate the notion that the United States is here to grant people asylum. This is not our job. We are not here to do this. We are not here to welcome you. No, that's not our job. That's not our job. Our job is to take care of people who are here, not bring in other people. Why do we want to do that? Oh, that Emma Lazarus poem, Bring Me Your Tired, and yeah, that one, that story, that's an expression. Now, every country on the planet has provisions to allow for various people to seek asylum or citizenship or whatever. That's fine. That's groovy. I got no problem with that whatsoever. It doesn't matter. That's fine. Great. Terrific. That's not my goal. I don't care about this. I'm not here to process people. Do you understand this? I'm not here for that. I'm telling you, do not remember what Kamala said. Do not come. Do not come. Do not stay away. I'm not we will let you know if we've got room. You know, when you're on in a restaurant, they go, okay, I got 5 more. I need 2 more. You know, that kind of thing. By the way, did you see Holterman's over there on Staten Island? This is the place that, and I hope they sue that Whoopi Goldberg and those degenerate termagants on The View. Thanksgiving, they said, please, we can't handle it anymore. Stop it. We're selling out. They're selling out everything. They're selling stuff out. They don't even know what. Anyway, God bless them. So the rule is we are winning this. And President Trump has to start talking now. What are you talking? Justin Trudeau, hijo de Fidel's son. This guy is there to save his own butt. He's not doing anything for you. He was terrible. He said terrible things about you. And I know Trump's kind of getting a kick out of it, like, come to Mar-a-Lago, come and kiss the ring, among other things. There's Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, look at how he still puts people in Facebook jail. He's still doing it. And you know what's even worse is that miserable Instagram. How many of you good people, you wonderful Americans, are in some kind of, you've had terms of service or threatened to be whatever it is, because I one time put up a picture, I think it was Instagram, those people, a picture of Instagram of Hunter Biden in his underwear which is from his laptop. I didn't make it up. And they said, this is pornographic. Excuse me. So I'd ask Mark Zuckerberg, I think you owe an apology. I'll talk to you, but you have to you have to go there and you have to say, listen, starting now, unless you have pictures of kids or something, but which apparently nobody seems to care about, anything goes. If you don't like it, it's Facebook. Get rid of it. I opened up 5 minutes. Just don't ask me on my phone, my app, it says it just came up. I had to shut it down. Every one of my miserable friends is sitting around telling me how great they are and how sexy they are and how beautiful. I can't take it. Pilgrim, we, the world, must rise up to save the rule of law. Absolutely. Derek says X is the real news. Okay, Look at the trash man says I was banned, and for good reason. Trash man, because you're a degenerate. I'm kidding. Oh, you have no idea what you've been through. George says it's not exactly a term of endearment. I don't know what. Look at Kay says, me either, Lionel. I forgot what I said, me either what, but I'm sure you agree. This is a brand new world. Everybody now is talking about vaccines for the first time, saying stuff now that got people banned. And it's because it's true. I want the president to say, I want you to be able to say what you want. I don't even care if it's true. I don't want anybody to tell you whether what you're saying is true. Misinformation, disinformation, we are done with that. We're going to lose that from our vocabulary. We're Americans. What is disinformation? What? I disagree with it. Could it be religion? Could it be love affairs, things that you like? I don't think that's true. I don't agree with it. Is it wrong? My God. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. And listen to me very carefully, my friends. Very carefully. Listen carefully. Because there's something coming up right now which is really, really freaking people out. And I'm telling you. But first, this. Listen to this. New reports reveal that the average person has $8,674 in credit card debt. Plus, the total average consumer debt is a shocking $104,215 between mortgages, auto loans, student loans, credit cards, and unsecured loans. Unfortunately, without outside assistance, many will continue digging themselves deeper and deeper into the hole of debt. Now, I've advised and counseled friends and clients for years who want to take back control of individual debt about this secret weapon that has helped so many consolidate everything owed into one affordable monthly payment. They even helped negotiate a settlement agreement that will allow you to pay less than the total balance. Listen, they settled over $275 million in debt, and they've helped people become debt-free in an average of 28 months. I've had such an incredible experience referring clients and friends that I wanted to partner with them here and introduce their services to you, my loyal Lionel Nation family. If you want a helping hand to get out of debt, I absolutely, positively, and strenuously recommend booking a free consultation now by going to nodebtwithlionel.com. Look at the address. Once again, that's nodebtwithlionel.com. Use the link I've provided under the title. Listen to me. You can take control and learn how to get out of debt now. The first thing that Mr. Patel must do is what I've been telling you about, dear friends, for the longest time. The left has as part of its organization two groups of people, BLM, which is short for BM, for bowel movement, because that's what it is. Kash Patel, FBI Director, bye Ray, love you. Oh, it's also going to be something. And I think they told Patel very flat out, you better make sure you make some changes there, Kash. Or we'll cash you on the outside, as that weird woman girl said. In any event, there are people from BLM who want there to be this. They want there to be more fighting and ripoffs and money. And remember how we went through this, how we were held hostage by and to and with these miserable people. Do you remember that? Remember how people had on their front lawns BLM? Why? Because they were afraid. They wanted to sign up so that when the BLM folks started rioting, this would be their way of saying, like, kind of like a mark on your, like the blood on the portal. Go, no, let the angel of death fly over or whatever. Oh, come on. Then Antifa. Andy No, God bless him. Remember these Antifa people with the purple hair and the green hair and the studded knee? And they didn't look like much, but they were sick. And they came out of nowhere. And they didn't look like much in a fight, but you give them a motorcycle helmet, you give them things like frozen water, cans of soup, missiles and projectiles. Pilgrim says, will the racial grift end for these felonious sots? I don't know if they're sots, but yes. Oh, it's done. It's done. Absolutely. In fact, Pilgrim, what they're going to be too is Cash has to say, we're going to open up right now, and for the first time, an investigation, have a grand jury impaneled to find out who is responsible. This is organized crime. This is organized crime. These people who, in one particular instance, wanted to throw a bottle, some type of an incendiary device, into a car to kill police. Do you know what this is? Oh, we're done with this. You have got to have this synchrony. I want to see everything like a candle in a cathedral. And all of a sudden, this one's lit. This one. I want to see multi-vectored approaches on everything. Education, law and order, health, freedom of speech, expression, war, foreign policy. Do you know what they did? President Biden bought a book called something about Palestine, about colonial settlements and settler colonialism, rather, excuse me. And he merely had a book written vis-a-vis the Palestinian perspective. They are legitimate. They're not evil people. They were there. They have a claim. You can adjudicate it all day long. They're not Hamas. They're not Hezbollah. They're people who look like you and me, who've lived there for hundreds of years. And all of a sudden, they were kicked out and they've never gotten over it. And that's the problem. And we can talk about it all day long. And we can think about it whether. Okay, fine. So Biden is standing there with this book, and they said anti-Israel. This is where I want to scream. This is the effect of this lobby. The New York Post actually said this. They don't recognize Palestinians as having any say, that they're all just like these. Their motto should be, would you just shut up? Just shut up. Look at this. Look at this. I love this. Kimiko show says, love your show. I'm New York born and raised. Sir, I found my space. Thank you. I'm honored by that. Very nice. Just happened to see that. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. I have never, ever in my life ever seen any good in telling somebody, shut up. Shut up. Look at this. Like the Indians here. Yep. Like Indians. Tell me your point of view. Tell me your point of view. Let me tell you what I would do too. You're not going to like this. But if I'm the president or I'm the governor or whatever, I'm going to say, okay. And you want to talk to me about reparations? Please sit down. Talk to me about anything. I don't kick anybody out. Tell me what your position is. Tell me. You can't believe what people in what Palestinians have been through and what they've been through right now. You can't believe it. And don't ever tell me how, gee, I wonder how during World War II and during the Holocaust, we're not going to confuse the words, please don't get me wrong, but how did so many people not do something or say something or recognize something at the time when they saw that this was happening? Why didn't they say, what are you talking about? We're doing it right now. We just look the other way right now. You've got everybody on Fox News saying, whatever. You got Ainsley. Oh, boy, I love my troops. Oh, my babies. Oh, I love you. What about the Palestinian babies? Well, what are you going to do? This is nuts. This is crazy. What is the matter? How can you look the other way? Do you not care? I don't give a damn look at this baby being pulled from rubble, squashed, flattened, families. What did they do? What is the matter with us? Nobody cares. Oh, well, that's why I go October the 7th. No more of that. Sam Whiskey says the Democratic consultants made $100 million. I don't think they are that upset. It's Act Two. Well, you see, it goes a little different than that. It's part of the grift, the great grift since the beginning of times. Now, let me tell you something, my friends. And this is where we're going to have to figure out how to tell President Trump this. Do you think he's vicious? Do you think he is? Let me explain something to you. There are people who say, and there's a certain kind of a duality. Part of me says, I think you're depraved in doing this. Other part of me says, wow, that's pretty good. When you want to go, you have to obliterate the enemy. Now, we're not talking about violence here. Please, I'm never talking about it. That's war talk. But politically, you've got to use everything to destroy the Democratic Party. And we start off by destroying that which feeds the ideology, and that is the media. And the media will be destroyed by virtue of the fact that they are so bad and incompetent and completely devoid of anything worthwhile that they will destroy themselves. I know this. I know it like I know the back of my hand. When you see MS or MXNBC or whatever you want to call it, when you see this and you see these people march out, and the first one I personally want to see out of there so fast, I don't care how it's done, is that Caitlin Collins. Get out. You can have your Joy Behar. This is the one. Smug, arrogant, disrespectful to President Trump. Oh, I've got it in. She's the one. Get out. And by the way, come here, Kayla. See that mark on you? Yeah. That's called the black ball. You're done. So if you want to do it, you do what we did when we were shelved and demonetized and deplatformed. Go out into the wilderness, figure your way back. How does it feel? How does it feel? You're done. We're through with this stuff. You're done. Joy Behar, who cares? Joy Behar, nobody even she's like that crazy aunt. And where's Gamala? Where is she? Where is she? Let me tell you something. She may not have been drunk on that video. She might not have been. But as we say in West Tampa, she's halal. She is gone. I'll bet you she is so waxed, gooned, shit-faced, absolutely knee-walking, God's own drunk. She is commode-hugging. You know what I mean? She just got it handed to her. She was the brunt of the biggest set of jokes ever. She's a joke, the likes of which we've never seen before. She's a joke. It's horrible. And here's the best part. I didn't do anything about it. You didn't do anything about it. We didn't do anything about it. It did it herself. She was the worst thing. No. You don't understand. I stopped myself and said, did I just see this? Did I? We have never had anybody, listen to me. I might be a little older than you. Pat Paulson was a joke. He was with the Smothers Brothers. He ran for president. He was better than this. Harold Stassen, remember the Republican from Minnesota? Ran every year, whatever. He was better than this. There has never been anybody as bad as running for president. Running for president. Let me stop right now. Let me see if you don't understand what I'm saying. You don't understand what's happening. And don't give me this business about, well, you see, Biden did it because Biden double-crossed her because Biden turned around and he said, well, I'm going to nominate her. So that's why. No. Doesn't work like that. Not necessarily. It was something we will never. Look at Howie Brown. Look at this. Gifted 10 Lionel Nation memberships. God bless you. This is something we've never seen before. And the president has to sit down and do a special video. It's called Rub It In, and sit there and he said, I felt for you. George says they'll be talking about Harris in perpetuity. Absolutely. You don't understand this. You don't understand what I'm saying because you almost couldn't believe it. It's like you walked in. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. It's like walking in and your surgeon's drunk or something, and you don't know what drunk is or the fact that you're not supposed to be drunk. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't think of. I'm because I'm thinking. Do you know what? Stop this. Oh no, she's fantastic. Would you stop this? George Clooney, you'll never work again. Look at him, folks. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Sam Whiskey says, we are in the movie Zardoz. Yes. This is the most incredible thing in the world. I am telling you right now. 1974 science fiction movie written by John Borman and starring Sean Connery and Charlotte Rampling. We will. Is this where? Yes, this is where he's got that funky. He's wearing the diaper and the red. Yes. The president's got to say, "What are you doing?" Ladies and gentlemen, I've invited to Mar-a-Lago some fine Democrats. Evan Webb says, "Yep." Wind the with gone the Dems era. Wind. Okay. Yep. It's over with the Democratic era. Yep. Oh, look at this. Nancy Loren says, just wait for AOC to run. The memes will be great. Nancy, Hun, listen to me. Does that sound? I should say Hun, but I'm because you're a friend of the family. I'm gonna call you Hun. Listen, Hun, that'd be the best thing that ever happened. That'd be the best thing that ever happened. You don't understand this. I would, if I told Trump, make sure you get your Elon money and you push her. Why do I want AOC? Why do I want her? Why do I want her? Why? Not the memes. I don't care about the memes. I don't care about that. Nobody cares about that. Why do I want her? Why do we want AOC? Why? I'll tell you why. The Democratic Party right now is split. The Democratic Party is split between, it's going to be the Gavin Newsom California Mafia, the Bernie crowd, a little bit of the squad, which is kind of the same, but it's going to be the Bernie lefty AOC crowd versus Gavin Newsom. Nancy Pelosi is kind of like a not the neo-Dems, but the paleo-Dems. And the last thing in the world you want is to have this person come along and you help her. Pilgrim says the built 1 inch away would have changed the bullet 1 inch away would have changed the world. Oh, yes. I'm trying to think what that is. The bullet. Okay. Yes, absolutely. 1 inch away, less than that. It's just a millimeter. It's tiny. But let me go back into this. This is, and I would have AOC. I would bring her in and say, listen, Sandy, her nickname is Sandy. Mrs. L used to remember her when she was at the Union Square Cafe. She was the hostess. Sandy, not a bartender. She was a hostess. And she was, doing her thing. And he would sit there and say, and this is where I would come in. Because I'm terrible. I'm very terrible. Because I love the psyops of the whole thing. I love it. And it's the same way you deal with people who are involved in hostage negotiation. You walk into a room, there's a guy there's got his gun to somebody's head. And you can say, do me a favor, I'm unarmed. I'm going to sit right over here, okay? Right over here. I just want to talk to you. I got nothing on me. So the guy's scared out of his mind, and I say, they don't take you seriously, do you? They're out to make you crazy. Or make to be that you're crazy. You're not crazy. You're stuck. Granted, you might have thought this over, but you're in the position now where you're saying, wait a minute, I've got a point. And by God, I understand what you're saying, and you're going to make your point. You're going to tell them. We're going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to you. What? I'm going to listen to you. You've got a point. You're absolutely right. This hostage business is not correct. Got to be honest with you, but your point, valid. You know what that does? It takes. It's what they did when they interviewed Saddam Hussein. They would walk in, they would stand up, and they would treat him like he was the general. He was whatever it was, a colonel. Gaddafi. He was the president, whatever. And they would bring him these little cookies that this guy's wife made. They were of a particular style with them, and you talk to them, and you bring in AOC and you say, Nancy, and that's what we'll call her, Nancy, Sandy. They don't listen to you. Then I'd bring in Stan Lippman. AOC is a follower of the Subhas Chandra Bose. Very good. Great speakers, by the way. Thank you. And also the Bose, what was the anyway, I'm getting off. I do that sometimes because I got a million things I want to say. Nancy, Sandy, you're going to do it. And they don't respect you, Sandy. They don't respect you because you're a woman, because you're young, because you're full of ideas. And by the way, if I were you, stay away from that squad. They're no good for you. And we're going to help you. And here's what you should do. I want you to go after Gavin Newsom's got a record. And go after how he didn't help the poor. And go after how he does this. Help her. Have her split that party in half. See, this is the Democratic Party. Pardon me if I imagine this is not the globe, but this is the Democratic Party. And you split it, you crack it, you cause stress and fractures, and you got this side against this side. And meanwhile, the Trump trajectory is one thing I'll say about us. Okay, the Republicans, we're together. You notice this? We're all together. Nobody is separated. Nobody. Everybody is happy. Everybody is happy. Let me explain something years ago, and I want you to understand this. This is history, my friends. Right after, in the 60s, 70s, remember the Democrats were the Dixiecrats. They were the ones who hated LBJ, hated him, hated civil rights, great society, and all that, hated it. The Democrats were the hardcore racists. These were the people who never, ever wanted to hear anything about this again. They were the problem. They felt like they were lied to. So what happened? Nixon got a hold of people like Strom Thurmond and said, listen, do me a favor. Why are we fighting each other? Let's let historical bygones be bygones. We're on the same team. Listen, I'm running the Department of Justice. And I get to tell you, because they're still upset about desegregation. They hated that. Oh my God. This, you cannot imagine what it was like in the South End. This was nothing. Forget anything that you think that Sonny Hostage thinks. You have no idea. It was in their blood. I mean, it was like you cannot believe. Luckily, I never saw it, but I was there. We still had vestiges of different, water fountains and all this other kind of stuff. We had two water fountains at our old courthouse. And the chief judge left it there to remind people. And he always said, you know how you can tell the colored water fountain? It's the warm one. The cold water was for white folks. So Nixon reaches out and he says, listen, I'll tell you what you do. Be a Republican. Join us. There's something in it for you. And he did. And the tent started to grow. And then Ronald Reagan came along and he talked to all the remember the people who were liberals. Think about it, years ago, the moral majority, Jerry Falwell and Robeson and all these others, Christian Zionists too. He got them all. And they pretended. You ever think, Reagan was, he wasn't ardent, but, and Trump too. I don't hold the Bible up as a prop. In any event, he brought them in. And then later on, they brought in the Second Amendment people, and then the libertarians, and then the tax people, the Grover Norquist groups. And then they brought in the Tea Party. And then we brought in the constitutionalists, and pretty soon it's packed. And then you brought in people like Alex Jones and the cool people who said, wait a minute, we're not conservatives. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in privacy rights. We believe in getting off and breaking this connection that we have with the New World Order. And with it, it was great. And the Republicans said, come on in. Come on in. It was burgeoning. And what did the Democrats have? What did they have? They had everything they wanted. They won. They wanted no more war. There's no more war. Pilgrim Media says, my grandmother moved to Tampa in 1923. Oh my God. We are original Ybor Cityans, my friend. But thank you for that. All of a sudden, these people remember when Alex Jones came out? Was that a Republican? I don't know. Something happened to the Democrats. I don't know what. As I was saying, everything they had, they won. The war is over. You wanted women's rights? Got women's rights. Civil rights? Got civil rights. What do you want to do? Abortion? Got abortion. So what happened? What happened? Who represented them? They had nothing. They were just bored. So they kind of got lazy and they started to kind of feel around for something new. Maybe there was the tree huggers and maybe there was this and that. And then in 1985 or so, a man by the name of Rush Limbaugh came along in one of the most significant moves ever. I'm going to explain this to you, but first, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you checked your devices for malware? Malware attacks have increased 643% since 2020, with approximately 10 million personal and corporate devices compromised with data stealing malware in just the last year alone. Additionally, 19.8% of computers face at least one malware attack annually. This emphasizes the critical need for individual users to protect themselves, their devices, and their data. This is why I use today's sponsor, Virtual Shield Antivirus Pro, and I love the peace of mind it gives me. Virtual Shield Antivirus Pro is an award-winning antivirus with real-time protection, malware removal, ad blocking, scheduled scans, multi-device protection, and more that stops malicious downloads in their tracks. Without Virtual Shield Antivirus Pro, I would risk my finances, banking details, personal data, and more getting into the hands of cyber criminals. Thanks again to Virtual Shield Antivirus Pro for sponsoring today's extravaganza. And do yourself a favor and sign up for a free 7-day free trial, of Virtual Shield Antivirus Pro during their early Black Friday sale happening now, and get up to 75% off. Yes, you heard that. Up to 75% off. Only at virtualshield.com/Lionel. Once again, that's virtualshield.com/Lionel. Rush Limbaugh changed everything. Rush Limbaugh changed everything. Rush Limbaugh was the precursor to what Joe Rogan is. Rush Limbaugh was it. The granddaddy. He did it like nobody's business. He did it and made the notion of conservatism cool. It's the most important. Joe said, not sure if I trust AJ anymore either. It's up to you. The old Alex Jones, I think I trust. I really do. I think I do. I really do. My friends, understand we are embarking on a great adventure. It's not like Eisenhower, D-Day. You are about to see something that, if handled correctly, if all of the areas are handled correctly and all of the assignments made, this will change the focus, the focus, or the foci, if you will, the vortex, the vortices. It will change everything like you have never seen before. What you are seeing is a confluence of things that are pointing. It's like everything is directed to the center mass, like the nuclear bomb. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And we are so lucky to be here. And God bless President Trump. And God bless you, myself, You, myself, you, my friend, you, thank God to you for this. JCM, Pilgrim Media, Stan Lipman, ladies and gentlemen, Evan Webb, Sam Whiskey, George Lenz, Howie Brown, Nathan A., as opposed to FNA, Laurie Reinhardt, Linda Hazlitt, Priscilla Rivasi, Perez. I hope I'm not killing that name. Mark Barnes, you've got a lovely daughter. Thank you. Chris Cox, we love you. And this is the last day of November, my friends. The last day. One more time before midnight, please get your stuff in quick to Virtual Shield. Not Virtual Shield. Virtual Shield is good too. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say prepare with Lionel. I get them confused. I'm so excited. Prepare with Lionel. This is it. I mean, after all, it's only, emergency food and stuff. Wow, it's a big deal. Trust me, this is the best company. I stand behind them 100%. All right, dear friends, thank you. We will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Have a great and a glorious day. Don't forget to follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. And until then, my friends, have a great and a glorious day. Thank you so much. And we'll see you then. Don't forget, till then, as I always mention, this valedictory, this sayonara, this denouement, so to speak, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you.